Welcome to Know Your Money, where we will explore our relationship with money and how the psychology of it impacts our financial decisions, as everyone thinks about money differently. In our podcast, we'll be presenting a variety of financial topics in an easy-to-understand way, which we hope will assist you with managing your money. Welcome to Know Your Money, everybody. Hello, Warren. How are you?
Well, and you, Bronwyn?
Very well, thank you. Good to
Again, no Craig.
Yeah, no Craig. Good to see you today.
You too.
So today, what I wanted to explain is that when a person makes a decision about something, there's quite a few elements or ways that decision is made, or there's a few different ways that influence how that decision is made.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. So the first sort of way is cognition. So this is the way we perceive and organize information within our minds. Okay.
Yeah.
Then there is the emotional factor, which is how do we feel about the information that we're receiving,
Yeah.
as well as how do we feel about ourselves.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the third one is the social environment. So what are the social pressures and what is the information that we're receiving from a society to make that decision?
Yeah.
So, for example, if I had to talk about money, people perceive money in different ways.
Yeah.
Mentally.
Yeah.
Secondly, how they feel about it. So when it comes to emotions, everyone makes different emotional decisions depending on what it's for.
Yes, yeah.
And socially, the social environment, so the news, all of that can affect how we are spending money.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And I think what we wanted to just kind of talk about today is when you are making a decision, try and see what is it that's making that decision for you.
The influences, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
What is influencing those decisions? How are you thinking about it? So, sometimes people experience different emotions around money, like anxiety.
Yeah.
So when you spend money, for example, and it causes anxiety, what is causing that?
Yes.
Does that make sense?
100%. So, yeah. So the emotion is anxiety. And so if we go to the cognition, so then you're figuring out, okay, well, what mental process, what's going on in my mind that has caused me to experience anxiety rather than a different emotion here.
Yeah. What information makes you go to anxiety where it doesn't make another person go to anxiety?
Yeah, where it might make another person go to pride. I'm proud I spent the money on that.
Yeah.
The same object, the same thing, same level of income. It's very important. And again, we go back to this, like the way you think about yourself, the way you think about money. Do you deserve money? That's a big shift for me, was feeling that I do deserve money.
Yeah.
That it's not something that I should be hard to come by.
Yeah.
The deep dive in the cognition side of that is really important. So why is it? Was it my childhood? It's unpacking. What's the word for it? Unpacking the emotion itself, but also in a logical way.
Yeah.
Because we can't just talk about everything with regards to emotion.
Yeah.
And then again, if you bring society into it, so unpacking it and going, okay, well, am I feeling peer pressure to do this or buy this?
Yeah.
Am I feeling jealous?
It's like when a bill comes.
Yeah.
And the other people at the table have bought, like, I don't know, what's an expensive whiskey or whatever.
Yeah. I know what you're going to say, yeah.
And then they say, should we split the bill? Like,
yeah.
It's
not, yeah.
They're okay with spending money because, maybe they have more of it or they feel more confident to do it. And 9 out of 10 times you'll say, okay, let's split the bill.
Yeah.
But what feeling does that bring on you? And why weren't you the one buying the whiskey or the whatever?
Then I think you'd find with those people, though, because of the way they think about money, if you had bought a more expensive meal and your bit was actually more expensive, they would still be happy to split the bill.
Yeah.
Because they just think about it differently.
Absolutely.
And then how does that make them feel?
Yeah.
The emotion. So how does it make them feel? They probably feel good about going out and having a meal with friends.
Yeah.
They're not worried about the money.
And also that's the thing is, I think everyone in their own way sort of worries about money. And we just want to make it more normalized that everybody feels that, and try not to sort of keep up with the Joneses. Like, if you were at that table, could you have the confidence to say, no, I don't want to split the bill?
I would, but I wouldn't say it like that.
Okay.
I would phrase it in such a way that I didn't offend them, because I don't, I
how
try
would
to
you
be
say
kind
it?
to people.
No, I'm not saying go be mean.
But me of 5 years ago would have just said, not a fucking chance sort of thing, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
You're crazy. No, and now I just say, well, look, guys, I didn't drink tonight because I'm driving, and you guys have bought like the most expensive whiskey. Would you mind, we split the bill, but you just pay for your whiskeys? Like, it's not really fair on the rest of us that you decided to have a drawl and I've got to pay for it now.
But I'm telling you now, I'm sitting here feeling anxious for you saying that, because I wouldn't be able to say it, and I'm sure other
my
people
wife can't either.
Other people would feel the same way.
She comes home so often after, like, she has these, they call it gin and wine.
Okay.
It's self-explanatory with her friends. And then she's obviously pregnant at the moment and so hasn't been drinking. So when they have the wine and then she gets asked to split the bill, she never says anything.
Yeah.
And I keep saying to her, just say to them, like, I'm not going to pay for your wine.
Yeah.
Like, kind. You don't have to be rude about it. Just go, like, guys, I'm not drinking. I'm pregnant. So if you wouldn't mind paying for your wine, that would be really helpful. I've got a baby on the way. I need to save my money.
Yeah.
But she's too scared because it makes her anxious to do so.
And that's exactly what we're saying today. No, so it's more the social environment as well.
Yeah, but also the emotion. So the social environment creates anxiety within her, which then makes her do things financially she doesn't want to do.
Yeah.
And that makes her feel bad afterwards. And I just think, well, don't do it then.
Yeah. But how does she overcome that? Should she send a message before? Should she say something?
I think she should just say to them, like, if you want to, the first time it happens and you feel anxious and you don't want to say anything, fair enough. But the next time when you get to dinner, you go, hey, ladies, so
can I have a separate bill?
So I'm just not going to pay for your wine.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of how it is. And if anyone were to get upset with that, you could say, well, please tell me why you're upset. It never has to be a confrontation. It's just, well, why does that upset you? And talk through it. And
also, I don't think that her friends even realize it.
No, they're not. No,
do you know what I mean?
Not
like, it's not like they're trying to. And even though, like what I was saying earlier, I don't think people always see
aren't
it.
Like, So my wife will often think like everyone is so, what's the word for it? Thoughtful as to what she's doing. And I keep saying to her, no one cares what you're doing.
Yeah.
They
selfish
they
creatures,
either like
all of
your
us.
company or they don't. Like, no one's going to say, well, because you did that and said that at dinner, I don't want to be your friend anymore. They're not going to do that.
And if they do, they're not supposed to be your friends anyway.
So why are you letting them shape your financial decisions?
But this is the thing. Look at how we've gone into this argument over one small thing on a social environment. And it just shows the impact of social and how that impacts how you are spending your money. Like, she wants to be saving that money for her baby. Yeah. Instead, she's paying for half the wine.
Somebody else's
If next month she does get it right, will she put that 100 rand?
Yeah, okay, now that's a different story with her altogether.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
but it's baby steps. It's like you can't put that money away if you are spending it and then feeling crap about it afterwards. So again, when it comes to your decision making around money, you really need to take in all these factors and understand it. Why am I making this decision? Is this such an important question?
And also, I think if you do reflect like this, and for example, if your wife does listen to this, she might listen to it and gain a little bit of confidence in her decision making.
She's going to get annoyed with me, but yeah.
Sorry.
That's all right.
But she might listen to this and then say something, like, be able to say something.
Yeah.
And
I think, at least, again, like for me, half the battle with anything in life is just acknowledging where it comes from, where your feelings are come from, where your decision making is coming from.
Yeah.
Most people will go through their whole lives, making decisions without even thinking, well, why did I make that decision?
Yeah.
And that's crazy.
But also, I feel like sometimes it's difficult for people to figure out the why. And this is why this episode, we're hoping to help you figure out that there's sort of 3 ways where this decision comes from.
And sometimes it's a combination of the 3. Sometimes it's just one of them.
Yes. So sitting and reflecting with that and understanding it will help you so much better in future decisions, and also understanding and forgiving yourself for whatever decisions you have made.
Yeah. And it's okay to make bad decisions.
Yeah.
You know,
That's how you learn.
We all do, yeah.
You know?
If you were always making the right decision,
Life would be boring.
It'd be weird. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I hope we got to the point, because we got quite heated there, but in a good way.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful. Again,
So, yes.
sorry to my wife.
Yes, very sorry, cursed.
But yeah, so money and decisions.
Yes, so I think sort of the take homes for this is understand where the decision comes from. Is it cognitive? Is it emotional? Or is it from a social environment? If you want to make a change, figure out how.
Exactly.
Thanks so much, Warren.
Thank you, Bronwyn. Have a good day.
You too. Bye.
Thank you for listening. If you have enjoyed this podcast or would like to subscribe, please visit our website www.growthfp.co.za. The information we have provided in this podcast is our personal opinion. For more detailed information, please discuss your financial situation with a financial planner.